Hi, and welcome back to the Veil of Vesir. We are Mimic Decision, a group of regular-ass nerds who got together and decided to play something Daggerheart-ish with and for all of you at home. So take a seat, make our table a little bigger, and get ready to help us tell the story. For those of you who don't know us, I'm Matt. I'll be your GM this evening, and playing with me this week because I promised them cake, but I've only got pie. Are Tom, Tim, John, and Aubrey continuing their role as our party of adventuring heroes. If you want to get caught up on their story or any of our other works, you can check out our YouTube site over at youtube.com/@mimicdecision. And while you're there, check out our post section for some regular updates on lore, information, and most importantly, polls about the events in the story so that you can be involved in helping us tell that story even in between sessions. And if you want to be involved in telling us how to do things live right now, we are here every week. Or at least every week that we can manage it, over on Wednesdays at 5:30 p.m. Pacific at twitch.tv/mimicdecision. And if you like what you see, a like, follow, subscribe across the board always helps us immensely. And, it's nice to hear back from you guys and see what's working well. So all of that out of the way, let's get to what we're here for today, the game. When last we played, our party, having recently left the after recapturing Bloomkeep, a fungal fortress down in the subterranean roots below Vesir, had made their way to the colony of Tavir below and found it crippled by some sort of magic attack. While the golden spore that they had returned to the colony had been used in the attack, it was not enough to reverse it. And as such, 90% of the colony was asleep, comatose, lying stacked against walls in the colony, taken care of as well as they can by the few remaining colonists. It was that colony, hesitant for any outside contact, that our party entered, which when they returned the golden spore. And while the fungal were thrilled to have it back, there was some concern, both about how they came upon the spore, or how they came to be traveling with a companion with the symbol of the Red Dawn, he crossed out, although it may be, on his shoulder. And most importantly, what the hell Bailey was doing when he was casting magic into the spore while trying to heal. This led to the party being placed in a cell for a short period of time while the colony attempted to check out their story. Chat, having none of this, decided that we needed to sneak out, have some stealthy hijinks, and make our way forward without waiting for the fungal, which is exactly what at least one of our party did. Morella snuck through the layers of Tavir below, making use of invisibility and timing and just her natural aptitude for stealth to make her way up to the top level, where she found the elevator to the surface. Under guard, but not for long, because no sooner had Morella made it to the elevator than the colony was aroused, alerted to an attack. The remaining members of the party in the cell decided to go investigate what the issue was, to go help. And at that point, a call from Green, the druid who has been masterminding these attacks across all of Vesir, spoke to the colony and warned them of the coming danger, and how this time, unlike the previous attempts, the danger would be very real. And it was at this point that our party came face to face with a monster outside of Tavir below, a fully grown root lion, some double the size of the one they had encountered in the tunnels before. And on that root lion, wrapped around it, vines of black obsidian, spikes tearing into the flesh of the root lion, driving it mad to attack the city. And so, with Tavir below rallying against this new threat, with our party getting ready to help them, and with Morella having just been contacted by the cap of Tavir below with a somewhat special request, we're just about ready to dive back in. Party, are there any questions, concerns at this point?
Yes. What is this about not there being cake?
Hell sure. There's cake. There's cake. What are you talking about? It's chocolate.
Oh, there'd be cherry cake, but that's fine. Like a gooey cherry cake.
I don't have any cherry cake. I apologize. Nonetheless, I don't know what they're talking about. Let's get back to it. Let us, for a moment, focus on Morella, who, having been contacted by the cap previously and asked to rouse the colony to come to the defense against the root lion, finds herself once again being hailed by the familiar touch of one fungal reaching out to another. Are you there?
What does my caller ID say? Who is this?
This is quite certainly Erlian. The cap.
Oh,
Who?
that guy.
Yeah, that guy. You gonna scream
Oh,
him?
right. No, he can talk.
Straight to
The
voicemail.
way Fungrel has just become a shorthand for modern technology in this setting is just delightful. Yeah, so he reaches out. Morella, I apologize. I misspoke. I need you to rouse the colony, not the colonists.
Colony, not the colonists.
The colony. If you can get to my office, there's a place where you can interact with the colony. I do it from here, but the connection's too weak since the spell.
Well, I suppose that makes sense, for as much as I know about any of this.
Look, truth be told, I don't know a whole lot either. I've been the cap of this colony for about 2 weeks. But I know the colony can help, and you seem like you might have some skills at this.
Okay, well,
Yep.
here's a tip. Don't tell the people I came here with that you've only been in charge 2 weeks. They'll respect you a little less.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on it. Sorry, I get a little talkative when we're in this kind of communication. Oh, is that the
Yeah.
problem? My wife said I was a rambler before she died.
All right, well, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna let you focus. I suppose I'll find your office. Can you visualize me a map?
He sends a rough diagram. It's down a floor and toward the center, in that central stalk, the one where the prison had been originally, but on a higher level.
The JPEG.
It's a very, very pixelated JPEG, sadly, but the gist does get to you. You generally know where you need to go.
Right, thank you, and good luck.
There's no further response, but
Oh, he died? That sucks.
So Morella, I assume, making her way toward the Cap's office. Let's take a moment to take in the situation down at the bottom of the colony, down by the entrance where our other intrepid heroes are waiting. I think now will be a good time to bring the map in. As you stand in the kind of staging area outside of the colony, the rock walls piled up high enough to provide some kind of rudimentary battlements. There's some ladders and planking set up to create some pathways to walk. The colonists that are out here, armed as they are with somewhat ill-fitting equipment and weapons that aren't held in hands as firm as you'd like, are moving without the need to converse, without the need to, coordinate necessarily in the traditional way. Tormund, while you're used to the shouts of the battlefield and, brash sergeants who are, corralling the troops at this kind of situation, they all seem to kind of be of a mind, moving together, taking up positions in lines, some of them moving up onto the ramparts as well. You see the ones that are up on those, drawing their bows, stringing them, checking their arrows, and settling in. And the entire time, you can hear the growl and the slow, steady stomp of the root line as it approaches, not seeming to be in a hurry, but certainly aware of your presence.
Just a small thing. I think I was further ahead, right?
You can move yourself if you want.
Okay. I assume this is ahead on the way to the big awful thing of awfulness with a lot of spikes on the side of the map.
Indeed.
It's the root lion's mane.
Yes, I do apologize. This is not a root lion, so to speak, but as I don't have art ready for a multi-leg monstrosity that lives and eats tunnels, this is what we got. So we're going to work with it for now. So, party, Tambid, Bailu, Tormund. What are you doing?
Tormund, tell them to aim only at the vines. We will try to freeze the creature like we did before with the others.
I mean, listen to him. Do we see anything else? Was there any other enemies besides the root line?
Looking around the cavern here, the opening around to Veer below, you see occasional animals sprinting through the bushes, hiding in crevices, running away from the fight. You don't see anything else that looks like it's coming to engage,
Okay.
except the root line, of course.
Yeah.
Its mane is this like sickly bright yellow. Its skin is kind of mottled brown and furry, although patches of the fur seem to have gone missing, like it's been scratched, hurt. It's got scars that make the hair go silver in places, scratched around its body. And the new addition of vines and spikes to the creature turn some of its limbs from just battering rams into possibly something a little more impaling. But all of that pales in comparison to when it opens its mouth. And you've seen this before, as the mouth opens impossibly wide into something as wide as the tunnels that you have walked through on the way here. And it roars and it shakes the rocks and the wood planks beneath your feet. And you feel in your very bones this kind of vibration that passes through you and everybody here in Tavir below.
One mechanical question.
Sure.
For the purposes of my focus feature, how, like, I guess I can't really put that on him and then try to shoot the vines, can I?
Gosh. You know, if you just said that's what you were going to do, I might not have thought twice about it. But you're right.
I feel like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I
The
can only get the
vines
benefit out of
are
that if I'm
in-
attacking it.
I think that's correct. The vines
Can he
are
focus the vines?
As
No,
we've
the
seen,
vines
the
are
vines
creature.
are distinct from the creature.
Okay.
If you want, you can do that. I will tell you that. Yeah, no, that makes sense to me.
Okay.
They're distinct creatures in many ways, so you'll have to think about how that plays as you go.
All right.
Oh, also, a reminder,
Okay.
right? We have +3
Oh,
stress
of
for
course.
this fight.
Yes, thank you. So for everybody who was here last week or last session, you'll know that our audience, being given a rare chance to aid the party in combat, voted to give the party +3 stress for the entirety of the session. And given that I had intended this fight to kind of fall under that purview, it has been extended for this. So you do have an additional 3 stress slots in this fight, John.
Okay, cool. I like that.
Thank you very much, Aubrey. That's a good reminder.
Okay. Do the troops that are gathered, I use the word troops a bit loosely potentially in this
As
case,
you should.
are they armed with pointy sticks? Do they have axes? Do they have swords?
It's a mix. They largely
bows and arrows?
so the ones that are hanging back and up on the kind of these wooden battlements, they tend to have arrows, although you see like daggers and short swords at their waist as well. You can see Belby and Glem as well up on the towers, holding melee weapons and just kind of watching at the moment. They seem like they maybe have a different role to play up there. But the ones who are gathering here toward the front of this corridor that's been made out of rocks, they tend to be equipped with swords and polearms. So most of them have a sword or an axe or something one-handed, equipped with a shield on their back, but all of them are carrying a long weapon, be it a spear, be it a halberd, things like that.
I'm out of questions.
We are not letting it in. We are stopping it here. And I look to the people who are more armored and who are kind of moved up.
And they have taken a half step back, as you can at this point smell the breath of the creature behind you.
It's behind me, isn't it?
But they certainly are holding their weapons as firmly as they're going to.
info the vines.
I'm going to the most crazy thing. Leave! You don't want to do this.
And the troops all turn around.
Right.
He's right.
Right.
Does a 16 hit?
I mean, yes. Like, how many dice are you rolling?
More than one. The Root Lion, in response to your polite request, opens its mouth and roars and cocks back its left paw and brings it straight down into Tormund for a total of 15 points of damage.
Well,
Sending you back a half step as the weight of the creature takes you right in the armor.
I am going to.
Wait, because while you get ready to deal with your spotlight, and do think about it, because we'll be back soon, I think. We are going to zoom away for a moment and check in on Morella, who
Just a
has...
quick thing. I'm going to use an armor to reduce it by 1 tier. Like, that's just
fine.
part of it. Yeah.
Perfectly fine. Bringing it to minor damage. Morella, you have run back the way you came, down the stairs, down to the 4th level of 2 year below, and found yourself standing before the central stalk of the colony. The door is still open from when those who had been inside dashed out to go deal with the Root Lion. You find it completely empty as you enter. The blurry JPEG of a path that Erlian had sent you guides you inside, up a half set of stairs into an office where you find what looks to be a bath. A tub sits in the center of this room with tendrils growing directly from the walls of the colony, growing across the room and seeking up the side of the bowl into the water, where they sit slightly submerged. Dozens of them, all connecting the bath to the colony itself.
Well, that's familiar. Okay. So do I just go in the bath? Is that
That is correct.
cool?
As Morella lowers herself into the tub and the tendrils of the colony ripple just very gently, making the water just kind of swirl around at the edges as she lowers herself in, you feel a hand reaching out to you in your mind, just a connection. And as you feel that connection start to solidify, as this purpose-made point of communion with the colony starts to bind with you as it's made to do, I have a question for you. Have you ever remembered anything about the lives that came before Morella? Does that question make sense?
That question does make sense. Nothing specific. Mostly she remembers a lot of darkness. She sprouted up alone in darkness, so it could be that. She is occasionally kind of drawn to places and things that don't really make sense with who she is. And so like when she used to travel, that would sometimes guide her a little more. But since she's been in one place and she was using like her magic-y stuff, she was using it a lot less when she was just living in Gaiatel, just kind of doing the same old things over and over. So that wasn't really happening as much.
And now that she's pushing herself, connecting to things again on a regular basis.
Yeah, now there's a little bit of that weirdness that creeps in.
You've heard about these, and I want to, I think we're, for the audience, for maybe those who aren't as familiar, fungal grow from the bones of the deceased. Quite literally, inside of every fungal are the bones of another sentient creature who lived before. Morella, like most fungal, have heard of these sorts of memories. They're not common. It's not that everybody experiences them. And some people write them off as dreams, though they tend to come in waking moments. In a moment when something about what the fungal is doing connects to that previous life, that previous thread of sentience and life that came before. Morella, when you've heard about these, you've heard them as being kind of earth-shaking. Like every bone inside your fungal body is like vibrating at its core. It's kind of an offsetting feel, something that is just overwhelming to many, especially the first time they feel it. This isn't quite that. You feel what feels like a vibration, almost like pins and needles in your left hand. Like a bone set inside the flesh there, one of the pieces that your self grew up around. You feel like it's vibrating, but just that single solitary piece. Nonetheless, the familiarity of the bath as you connect to it sweeps you away for a moment, and you find yourself looking at what is certainly a memory. But it's not Morella's memory. It is, however, a relatively familiar one. You stand kind of off to the side watching this memory, kind of from a third-person perspective, but your memory of it, your intuition, everything that comes to you from seeing this, everything that seems familiar, comes as if you are the woman that you see standing in the center. A fungal woman by the name of Flanella. She's tall, willowy, almost 7 feet tall and just very thin. She has long arms and long fingers, and at the end of each finger is a single tendril that goes off just slightly. And as she walks and moves through the room, you see her trail those tendrils across the wall, across the different pieces of mycelium around her, like she's always just kind of tapping the network on some level, just constantly doing something. And it looks like maybe that's the case. As her face, she looks distracted. Her eyes are frequently off to the side in thought, even as things go on around her. And there is quite a bit of activity around her right now. There is a diverse group of different peoples. There are a few other fungals. There are some Qatari. There's a Simia, a Galapa, several humans, even an elf or two. And again, somewhat surprising and unfamiliar to you are several dwarves, including one that you see standing next to you. And as you look at him, as you remember him, the name Belki comes to your mind, and a wave of affection and just kind of intense care rolls through your chest as you look at him. But your attention does not linger there for long. It moves directly back to where Flanella's attention has been this entire time. Her goal, as she's walked in this room, has been approaching a wall on the far side. And against that wall is a figure. A node? A tendril, maybe. It is made of mycelium. It is made of the same thing that makes up a fungal, but it is not a fungal. But more than that, it is mixed in with mechanisms. Gears, doodads, whatsits, gewgaws, capacitors, all turning and churning through that mycelium flesh in what looks painful, honestly, but you don't sense that it is. You sense a calmness from the creature, a deliberateness from it. All of this through the senses of this woman, Flanella, as she approaches it. And when she finally reaches it, she takes her left hand and she reaches out again. Those tendrils whisking against this mixture of fungal and mechanical. Your memory fills in the blank for you, this mecha mycelium. And Flanella tries to contact it, to tap this mycelium. And Morella, you feel, at this point, a resistance. It's an odd resistance. It's a resistance because not only is the creature choosing to resist your touch, but also just the different medium, the different creature. The fact that this is a mixture of the mycelium that you're so used to, but also some sort of machine. And it is at this point that I want to send a question to chat, if you don't mind, Marilla.
I will allow it.
Chat, this is a memory. This has happened already in the past. But I don't know how it happened. I don't know what happened. I need your help on this. Does Flanella force the connection? Does she push through the resistance, bypassing it and making the connection? Does she learn something here, even if it isn't necessarily the will of the mecha mycelium that she's connecting to? Or does she relent and give it space? If we could get a question up for that, I'd appreciate it, guys.
You got it.
So chat, this is my question for you. Do we force the connection or do we relent? Morella, any thoughts as chat takes this into consideration?
I don't know. Is there... Do I get anything for why she's trying to connect to it? Or, like, I guess...
You sense the driving force in this memory is curiosity.
Oh.
She is... I think you would get the sense that you're looking at a woman of science. Looking around, like, I think you can, you start to recognize this is a group that's all working together, and this entire room seems to be built around this mecha mycelium, this connection, this node.
The mecha mycelium.
What is the Belky person? Is he reacting to this?
He stands at Flanella's side, looking up at her with a grin that you can see through his beard, and he just has a hand pressed against the small of her back. She feels a sense of warmth, comfort, reassurance, and trust in that. He's letting her lead this.
Like perfect strangers. Anyone old enough to get that?
I apologize, Mulder. I don't get that one.
Bronson Pinchot's character in Perfect Strangers' name was Balky. He was like a kooky cousin from like Eastern Europe or something.
I see. Okay.
So we've got no as the leading vote getter.
And that does seem to be where we're going on this one.
Huh. Yes.
Calling argument too.
Mm-hmm.
And so, in the memory, Flanella relents. She lets out a small sigh. Belky's hand on her back tightens just a little bit, and he just gives a shrug and says, "You'll figure it out soon enough." His smile and approval warms you. And some of the fatigue that you've been feeling from all this work kind of drains out of the memory. Despite the failure, you feel heartened. You'll make progress. You'll learn how to talk to this creature. It's just not this exact moment. Everybody on the team, I'd like you to add 1 hope to your sheet.
Can do that.
Did we choose correctly?
That's a different question. Had you chosen to push through, I'll tell you now, just to give some insight into a mechanic that hasn't really been played yet. You would have gained a numerical bonus to your ability to connect with different mycelial things. You would have learned something about the mycelial connection.
I think that's a fancy way of saying no, but here's a pity price.
I wouldn't make it
Hope is,
nearly as simple as that.
It's
But,
a pretty good prize.
But nonetheless, as you know, this kind of warmth and hope suffuses you, the memory fades, and you are back to yourself. You are back to Morella. submerged partially in the bath, now connected to the colony. And as you start to make sense of all the images and sensations that the colony is sending back to you through your connection, you find yourself with a view of the battlefield, in fact, much like the one that we're seeing here on the map. And with that, let's take a moment to go back to those who are prepared to fight and perhaps die for us down on the battlefield. Party,
We die together.
spotlights to you.
Tim was already pretty ready to shoot, so when he saw this thing take a swipe at Portman, I immediately shot at the nearest and most accessible vine wrapping this creature, having heard that we think that's effective against it. And I am going to do it as a spellcast roll, so you'll see my arrowhead light up with that same sickly green light.
Okay.
16 with hope.
What are you targeting specifically?
Whatever vine looked like it's the easiest shot that's wrapped around the creature. I'm down on that southern rampart.
Yeah, you will hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Alright, we're gonna burn 3 total stress. I'm gonna burn all 3 you gave me. To corrode that vine, its difficulty is reduced by 1. And
Okay.
I'm also upping my proficiency by 1.
All right.
So
Roll
it
your damage.
takes 6, 9, 10, 14 damage.
14 damage. All right.
Good roll.
And yeah, difficulty of that vine reduced by 1.
14 points. That is major damage. Okay.
And it runs away, right?
Yeah, so your arrow flies from your bow, leading a wave of arrows fired from the battlements as a whole, as the others who have taken that position also fire in after you. Your arrow flies in, smacking into the vine on its forward right leg, sticking into it. Spurts of this almost like acid green fluid shoot out of the vine where the arrow penetrated, and the root lion opens its mouth and roars again. Shock, anger, not so much pain, just yet. Spotlight still to the party.
I yell back at it. I know it doesn't seem like it, but I think we're helping.
I am going to pull out my wings and fly. Just hover, but like.
Okay. Turtle wings spread out from his shell and lift him up into the air. Kind of an inspiring image for a moment.
Imagine a graceful flying turtle.
I can't.
Somehow.
Go ahead.
Try. Or think of the teeth. You get to choose, honestly. And I am going to... Is the vine that a Tambid shot, is it like in the front somewhere, or is it at the top?
On the front right leg.
I'm going to attack that one. Just kind of go for it and try to
Yeah.
stab it.
Yeah, so I want to give you guys a general feel for this creature as it stands before you. So it has many legs, but only 4 of them are actually on the ground at the moment. If you'll remember to the one that went through before, their legs are made more for going through circular areas than these. So there are quite a few legs strapped around, but the main 4 are where the primary vines are. The vine starts at the back tail, wraps up, spinning around those 4 legs and around the head.
I see. Yes, I am not going to try to wrestle this one into submission or
You
hold
sure?
it steady. I'm relatively sure. I don't want to be that guy to metagame, but just looking at the size on the screen, on the map, it is 4 squares wide. Yeah, I don't think I'll try to wrestle that one down.
I would like to point out that in case anybody is questioning, yes, the root lion does have teeth, like a sarlacc.
I'm definitely not going to try. I'm going to try to like go under and go straight for that leg. So, would you mind trying helping a little bit? We're trying to get those vines off of you. How intelligent are those, actually?
I don't think you have any way of knowing since you have recently discovered them.
So I'm going to try to talk to this as if it can be convinced.
It takes that opportunity to roar again. This time, more.
I was attacking also.
More basso, more determined. Go ahead. You can make your attack first.
Okay. 4, 16 plus strength. 19 with hope.
Yeah, 19 with hope certainly hits.
Okay. So I am going to take my hope. 5, 7, 7 is 14. And I get an extra d8 from my winged sentinel if I spend a hope, which I will do.
Okay.
And I will spend another hope to make the enemy temporarily vulnerable.
Okay.
And another d6 of damage. This 15. 28 damage.
28 damage. That is again major damage. Could hit. 2 HP off that leg. Fine.
And you guys have an extra d6. Well, yeah, no, vulnerable. It's easier to hit by these.
Yeah, but you have advantage
you have
on vulnerable.
advantage
So
attacking
you have
it.
an extra d6 on your attack rolls. Correct.
That's what I thought. Yep.
All right. Well, as that was 2 rolls with hope in a row, that does jumpstart a mechanic that isn't fully in play, but I will speed up the process by which it's coming into play. Morella, as you look at the battlefield, you start to sense the things that this colony might be capable of, what it might be able to do to aid in its own defense. You sense that you have a finite amount of ability to help, but you can sense that you'll be able to use that power to heal certain areas, perhaps stun an enemy, or directly attack. The last being the most expensive of the options you have. You can't do any yet, but as you sink into the connection and feel more sure of the colony, you start to think about how you might be able to use those things. Spotlight back on the party.
Bilou will kind of step up in and amongst the folks, maybe even ahead of him just a little bit. Kind of turn and say, attacking the vines will allow us to freeze a creature and it will go away. I am not mad at anybody. Yeah, and so he's just kind of going to just try and rally him a little bit as he just kind of stands there. Yeah, I guess I haven't really taken enough damage to heal, so I guess he's going to attack a vine.
Yep.
Can he get to... You said he's got some on his head.
Yeah, so essentially when you guys attack, this is a big creature. You're going to have to tell me
Actually-
generally where you're trying to do it.
I'm going to try to. Now this is a weird one. The spell's called Healing Hands, but I just need to be within melee range. So this is, oddly enough, of all of them, this is the one that doesn't require touch. So I'm going to step up to melee range. And Belu's going to just kind of like rub his hands together for a minute. They're going to come apart glowing. Just kind of just a nice, bright, just silver light. And he's going to try and place it very carefully, not on the vines, but near the creature itself. And kind of push a bit of healing, either healing energy or stress reduction on the root lion itself, not the vines.
Yeah, but it gives you
Maybe
the option to do both.
Correct. And I'll make a roll as well. So I need to be. Oh my gosh, come back here, dice. That's a 1720 with hope. Mark of hope. And so it is actually 2 health or 2 stress that the root lion can, maybe a combo.
Interesting.
So if the root lion is feeling stressed by the vines, maybe we can alleviate some of that. If he's feeling hurt by the vines, we can alleviate some of that.
Bailey steps up to the root lion
And
and
bites his hands off.
just courageously reaches out towards this rampaging beast that, even in the best of times wouldn't be particularly chill with what is happening at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But Belu is Belu, and his hands reach out and he touches the creature with entirely more compassion than you would think a man could, pull out for a creature that is just orders of magnitude larger than him and quite literally trying to kill him at the moment. But Belu chooses to follow his heart and he pumps healing magic into the creature. And there is a resistance at first. Not from the creature, but another magic pushes back against you. I'm going to need you to roll your spellcasting trait again.
Okay. This one's nowhere near as good. This is a 10 with hope.
Sufficient. You've managed to push through the magic, although barely. You feel the energy suffusing the flesh of the root lion, and you sense in that moment of connection just a bit of confusion from the root lion, who is not sure what the fuck is going on. But what does happen more notably right where you are is centered around the area where your hands were on the root lion. It kind of glows this pale blue light for a second, and then you hear pop, 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 and squirts of this same acid green kind of blood of the vine starts shooting out of 4 or 5 of the different places where the vine had impaled itself into the creature. And as you look, you see that the flesh in those holes has knit itself, having first crushed the spikes inside, squirting out the bile from inside the vines, and you see those holes fill itself back up. In fact, doing a bit of damage to the vine and doing a bit of healing to the root lion.
Damaging through healing magic. That's the way to do it.
Cast it backwards, right?
A quick question, Matt. Oh yeah, sorry. My halberd, makes enemies mark a stress. I don't know if that has any effect on a vine, but on hit it should have marked a stress technically. I'll let you decide what you do with that. Yep.
Sure. Spotlight's on the party.
Now I have to heal the vine next time.
Wait, no, I'm lying.
You spending?
I'm spending it here.
Sure.
All right.
See how he does that, chat? He lies.
Mm-hmm.
Lies and manipulations. That's what it's all
Here,
about.
take this. No, actually, give it back for a second.
Lies upon lies upon lies.
Makes you wonder what he does with treats to attacks to his dog. It's like, oh, you can have a treat. Oh no, I'm joking.
Give me that rawhide back.
That's why he really
lion
barks.
pushes up. He is trying to foment rebellion, I have no doubt about that. I personally, however, do doubt that his grievances are justified.
Is that what all nobles say?
The root lion has made his way to the entrance to this barricaded area in front of Tavir below, where the entirety of you really are staged. I will remind you, these rocks are not the full height of the cavern. They can be crossed if you need to. They're just difficult terrain in terms of how far you're going. But the root lion comes up against the entrance of this area, and his shoulders butt against it as he tries to push himself forward. His back legs straining against the dirt, claws scrabbling at the hard rock behind him. And you see the rocks begin to kind of tremble as the big muscled shoulders of the creature drive forward into it. And it is at this point that perhaps some of you remember that root lions are made to go through smaller spaces than what this creature is. And it may not be a particular surprise to you as the head starts to elongate and narrow, pushing into the opening. His shoulders start to pop in as well. The creature begins to contort, its mass bulging forward into where its head is pushed beyond the edge and further back as it makes itself just a bit skinnier as it pushes Bailu back and brings itself into the opening. This opening is now impassable until you get him out of this. And as at this point that he is going to make a swing at, I just want to say like everything right here. So that's Bailu plus all these fungal who are standing in the line with you.
Matt, am I allowed to cast a spell as a reaction?
Does your spell say it can be cast as a reaction?
Doesn't specifically, no.
What's the spell?
But it's not an action. Towering Stalk. I want to try to summon it in front of him and block the attack. Or, deflect in some way.
No.
Is there a
And summon
cast
a
with
thick
it?
towering stalk from the ground. Okay.
I love the idea. I do, but I don't think mechanically I can let that happen at the moment. We'll talk about it down the road. But
Totally fair.
you guys are going to get off lucky here. That was a 1 on the d20 to make the attack.
Well, that may still hit below. What's the modifier?
It's a miss.
Good.
But as he kind of feels frustrated at the attacks not quite landing the way it wanted as it comes in, it does let out one great bellow, and I'm spending a fear to activate this. I need everybody who is on the field. That is everybody who isn't Morella at this point, to roll me a. Sorry, what is this? It's a reaction roll. It is an instinct reaction roll. The challenge, the difficulty is 15.
Okay.
Say instinct?
Instinct.
Man, I'm glad that my instinct modifier is not is.
Oh, never mind.
I'm glad reaction rolls don't have fear.
Instinct is going to be a weird thing, but it's basically the wisdom equivalent for D&D, right? Kind of.
Yes,
Seems
it covers a lot of the same things as.
Yes.
I rolled an 8.
Bailey rolled an 11. No, a 12. I'm sorry.
I rolled a 24.
So 2 of you succeed, and you manage to shake off the effects of the terrifying roar. But Bailu is standing right in front of him, gets the brunt of the blast. Lose 1 hope, and your next attack will be with disadvantage.
Okay.
Spotlight back to the party.
So it's vulnerable, right? Still vulnerable.
He is vulnerable, yes.
Even, basically.
Correct.
Yes.
The vine is vulnerable anyway.
Correct.
Root line
Well,
is
yeah,
not.
yeah. Alright, well, I didn't like that. I'm going to try to shoot the vine again.
Okay.
That one's a 13, 16 with hope. Again, same roll.
16 with hope, that hits.
I'll burn 2 stress this time. to add 2 to my proficiency.
Okay.
And 19 damage.
Very good hit. That is that's major damage. Another good shot on the right leg. The vines there are now, kind of broken and bleeding kind of profusely in that spot.
I'm also going to back away a little.
All right. Spotlight's still to the party. Haven't had a fear roll yet tonight.
I'm going to do something amusing, which I'm pretty sure you will immediately reject. It's rider on the attack, so like I'll just attack first.
Okay.
That is with fear, but I'm going to use my ability. Sorry. 19 plus 3, 22 with fear. But I'm going to use my once per session to make it a with hope on this one. But
Okay.
from my freeborn community.
Sure.
I get forceful push. On success, you deal damage and knock them back to close range. There's no size limit.
There is a size limit, and it's approximately this.
There's a reason why I was laughing and I was saying like it's
No,
not
I get
happening.
it.
Pushes back like a quarter inch.
It is delightful.
It's
I
too close range.
might work some extra damage into this for you. Since this is a very forceful attack that you're doing, but it's not going to actually move.
I know. I was just laughing. I'm like, yeah, this thing has no size limit, no one size grade. It's just like, move back. It is 4 block. It is 20 feet wide. Don't worry, I've got the kinetic energy for this.
Ask me again in a few levels, and that answer might change. But for the moment,
sorry, I rolled d8, right? Yeah. Uh, 24. Was that what I had last time? If it is, well, it's the same thing.
24 certainly hits.
No, 24 damage. 24 damage.
Oh, damage. Sorry,
yeah.
yes. That is severe damage. Good hit.
Oh, no, so it is more. Yes.
I might have just thrown last time. I'm completely honest. Very good.
What was that? That was
I might have just misread the threshold last time. If I'm being honest, but yeah, 24 damage. That is severe. Very good hit.
I am hacking at those vines like you wouldn't believe.
You sure are.
Like our lives.
You're making some real headway.
Like our lives depend on it.
Mm-hmm. That was with fear, so it is my turn.
No.
That's right. You're an
Yeah,
asshole.
Yeah, I changed it over.
Spotlight to the party.
Okay, so Belu, seeing that it worked last time, is gonna say he's gonna look to the throng of adoring fungrel around him that are cosplaying as soldiers, and say, "Be precise and attack the vines." And he is going to again just kind of rub his hands together and try to lay him on the now slightly deformed and elongated head of this root lion.
Okay. The head
is going to
proves
roll.
to be a
Oh, that's a
harder
crit.
target to hit, but that will get you through it.
Double tens, baby.
It's a time.
Yeah, although it kind of sucks when you do it on a heal because it's like it's like a set number of things that you
Yeah,
do.
you're not getting all that brutal stuff.
Yeah, I'm not getting like any. It's not like double the heal.
If you had attempted this on the head without critting, I don't believe you could have succeeded.
Oh, you know what? I actually cannot heal the same target again until the next long rest with this ability. So
This is a different target.
the root lion.
Is it considered big enough to be like?
I am
Multiple
I'm going to tell you from a
segments.
mechanical standpoint, this creature is in many ways 6 different creatures.
Okay. Well,
Specifically,
then
4 legs, a tail, and a head.
a different creature was just healed for 2 health or stress, whatever best suits the poor and in pain lion. Marcus stress there, Marcus stress here. Okay.
And you rolled a crit there, yeah. So
I
it's
did.
2. So once again, Bailu reaches up to the root lion and manages to get his hands on the point of the head where it where that mane, that kind of alginous yellow semi-solid mane is flowing right next to the base of the neck, and you get your hands there and you once again pump magical healing energy into the creature, and that same kind of pop pop pop, and the acid squirting out of the wounds. More of the wounds heal, more of the spines are damaged, and the root lion seems potentially healthier than ever. And I'll admit, you are maybe not getting the friendliest looks from the soldiers around you, who at this point have squared up with their halberds and make a charge towards the root lion. Spikes first, attempting to dig into the head. None of them are, however, successful, as the head is very evasive, moving around, twisting, shifting, and even changing shape as it avoids attacks.
Do I get the sense they're going for the creature itself and not the vines? Or
Yeah,
they just looking to
100%.
hit whatever they can.
They are just trying to hit this thing and push it back. There is no precision. There's no attempts to spare. They are fighting for their home right now, and they are, I don't think, going to take your word for it at the moment. You're welcome to attempt to try that again if you wish.
I made you just that.
That was not a roll with hope, but a crit, which is good enough for me to trigger the situation. So, Morella, coming back to you, you once again are looking down kind of at this battlefield from a perspective of the colony down upon it. What would you like to do, if anything, at this point?
Gosh, kind of want to stun the soldiers who are attacking the root line.
Are you sure you chose the correct person to ask that too?
I absolutely did.
Oh gosh. I don't know. It hasn't really done a lot of damage, right, to people?
Correct. It
Yeah.
hasn't had a lot of
You guys are
attack opportunity.
fine.
Just yet.
Let's see. But it's a stun an enemy, but that's really the only enemy on the field, right?
Yeah, again, so this
At the
creature is
moment.
being counted as 6 different enemies when you take that into
Oh, I
account.
see. So if I stunned one, it would
Yeah,
only
so
be
essentially
like...
this creature is in my mind when I was doing this, I don't know how many people you have played, like if you ever played like different space games where ships have hard points, that's kind of how this is going. This creature
Well,
has
you know me
turrets.
in space combat.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
But yeah, so mechanically speaking, this enemy is 6 enemies in one.
Do the vines align with that?
Yes.
Okay.
The vines are also essentially broken into 6 segments.
Well, I would like to try to stun enemy number 5.
Okay. That's one of the back legs.
Is it doing
Sure.
the mambo?
You have a preference on left or right?
Not now. Always left.
So if you are going to attempt to stun it, 1 second. Oh, no, sorry. Mechanically speaking, the colony has a tendril reaching out through the ground, tunneling through the dirt beneath the fight, where it pokes up out of the ground, and a shock, a little dart, a mix of electricity and some sort of organic venom shoots into the back leg of the root lion, which roars out in pain as its back leg goes limp and falls out from underneath of it. it balances itself with its remaining legs eventually, but it does seem a little off put by that, and the limb sits there for the moment, useless. I'll tell you that will last until the first fear roll.
Okay, and just to double check, the vines are different creatures.
So the vines and the legs are treated the same. You'd have to tell me what you're targeting when you go.
I see.
So the front right leg and the vines on the front right leg, same creature. Just make a choice when you attack.
Okay.
If that makes sense to everybody. So you stun the back left leg, and you feel a little bit of the energy of the colony, seep out to power that attack. Still plenty there, but you every time you do choose to act, you will be spending from a pool that you're not quite sure how much you have. Back left leg of the creature stunned. The root line off its balance. Party spotlight back to you.
I'll continue shooting at that front leg, baby.
Yeah.
The vine, of course. All right, that's 10, 16, 19 again with hope.
Okay.
Which is great because I can't use hope like at all in this fight. I'm not gonna up anything. I'm just gonna attack normally. Now double threes. That's 10 damage this time.
10 damage. Okay, that is major damage. And as you shoot, you see the last of the vines sticking into his leg kind of break off. The remaining ones turning brittle and fragile, shattering as the creature moves and shakes. And the leg seems to move kind of its own before it collapses down to the ground as well. The creature seemingly down 2 legs for the moment.
I just call out the archers around me. All right, onto the vines on the next leg.
The archers fire a volley at the creature. Their arrows flying up into the air and arcing down. Some hitting vines, some hitting flesh, just kind of peppering the creature with arrows. Again, there's no communication happening with these fungal. They're not talking. They're not even looking at each other. They are just kind of very in sync, drawing, aiming, and loosing. And as you watch, you see more colonists are making their way out down to the door. These ones not armed with weapons, but carrying rocks and supplies and things out, and seeming to kind of start filling out the back end of this section with more colonists as what remains of Tavir below rallies to defend themselves. Spotlight's still on the party.
Listen to me. Creature is being controlled. Focus your efforts on the vines.
Roll presence.
That is a hope fear, right? Dwell today. Roll.
Yes.
Okay. Do I get to use veteran of the front line for that? So no order in a fight.
I'll allow it.
It's 13.
Difficulty here is
Can add,
18.
I can add a hope and prayer as well.
I don't even need it. I just hit 15. I'm not even joking. 18. Not even joking.
Okay.
But I hit at.
They look at you, listening to your words. And you can tell you were heard.
Mm-hmm.
Whether they're convinced or not yet is a different question. What was that roll with?
Hope. It was with hope. Sorry.
Okay.
I rolled a
Spotlight back
12
to the
and a
party.
1. Was an amusing roll. Oh, that was an action. I see. Can I attack? Somebody else can do it, I guess.
Well, I'll go and then bounce it back to you. I'm going to piggyback on what he said using my voice of reasonability.
Okay. What's that do exactly?
You speak with an unmatched power and authority. You have advantage on action rolls to de-escalate violent situations or convince someone to follow your lead. And then there's something about when I'm fully stressed up, which I'm not yet. But I would probably call this the follow your lead option there.
Sure.
And Belu will kind of swat at the spears that are kind of by the root lion's head and say, attack the vines, we can freeze our creature and he will go away. We can heal it and he will go away. We have seen this before.
Is there a roll attached to that ability of yours?
I mean, I have advantage if you want to
You
make
have
me roll
advantage.
for it.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Then, presence roll. Challenge is 20.
Not going to, I don't know, maybe I can go at 6 and 11. That's 17 plus, no bullshit, 20 on the button. Because I rolled 6 on the advantage die.
The phone girls start to mutter to themselves, speaking over their own connection, speaking out loud for a moment. And while you can't really make out exactly what's being said between all of them as they are mostly talking to each other, leaning in, you can tell that there is a note of concern, a note of discordance from what they have been ordered to do through the connection. At this point, Erlian steps up, casting a large bolt of fire forming in the air around him as he brings his hands around, seeming to constrain it in the air, adding to it. Flames seep out of his hands, out of his robe, pushing up into the ball as it gets bigger and bigger. And he waits until the root lion roars again before he launches the attack for that gaping maw. The attack does not hit, and while it does strike the shoulder of the creature, it doesn't seem to do much to him. It seems to just kind of roll off of him. You see Erlian kind of curse at himself as he starts to work his fingers again. Spotlight still in the party.
Aurelian, stop being such a fresh-faced new lieutenant. And then I'm going to attack the other vine on the back leg. Sorry, unless you wanted me to do something as I was saying that.
No.
Okay.
Make a roll to convince him to stop being such a fresh-faced new lieutenant.
Our first grow up roll.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Can I tell he's new at being in this command thing? But I rolled 16 with fear.
Fear, that does hit. But as you do roll that with fear, your back, like opposite you, that had been stunned by Morella, shakes itself back awake. Finish your attack.
Sorry, guys. I ruined this streak.
It's going to happen at some point. It's going to be somebody.
Whenever
I
I
always
roll,
knew it would be you.
Oh my god. 6 plus...
is it a tie?
No, like the...
Oh, it was
Damn
already
it.
with...
18 damage
Okay.
total.
Okay, that is
But I rolled
Damage
two
was a
ones.
tie.
Good hit.
The first two die were just one. The first two damage die were ones, and I was like, ah. Oh, and Marcus stress on the vine. Because nature can be stressed.
Can't be, actually. This creature does not have the capacity for stress at the moment.
Yeah.
But that was with fear. So now it is my turn. The creature is going to make attacks with its various points to the extent it can. God damn it. Oh, this is frustrating. I have to move it to get to you. Nonetheless, Tormund, its back leg lashes out towards you.
It hits.
It does, actually.
Shocker.
I know, like
That is 16 points of slashing damage as its claws slash against you, and you feel a weakness in you as the claws leave behind a glinting trace of something sickly, something smelling. I need from you a strength reaction roll.
duality, but you would think I would know, but,
Duality, but no hope or fear.
23.
You're good. You, with the force of will and strength of arm, push the kind of poison back, clearing your head and staying focused for now, at least. More attacks. Let's see. Front right leg is down, so no attack there. Front left leg is not, so it's going to attack Belu. That's a hit.
Mhm.
For 14 points of physical damage.
Major damage.
Okay, so the other back leg is no longer stunned and up, and the tail is up, but neither have a target they can reach, which means that the head is going to get to do 2 attacks.
Okay.
So the first one is aimed at everyone in a straight line between the opening and the gate.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 13.
Hits.
I think that's going to hit everyone with the exception of Erlian. Roll 2 energetically, apologies. That is for a total of 15 points of damage.
Major damage.
As the root lion pulls its elongated head back now toward the opening, opens its mouth as wide as it can, and just bellows. At first, a wave of sound of pressure, but knocks you back a step, and then after that, a gush of acid from the creature's stomach pours out over everybody in the straight line, dealing 15 points of magical damage to everybody who doesn't manage to get out of the way. Early in being the only one to construct a magical defense quickly enough to hold back the attack. Second attack from the head will be a targeted one. This one's just at Belu. That's a hit. For 9 points of damage as the teeth crunch down into you and pierce your arm.
Minor damage.
Indeed. Spotlight back to the party.
I'll light up another arrowhead.
Okay.
That's 2 3s.
Another crit. All right. That's certainly a hit. What's your target?
The front left leg vine.
Front left leg button. Okay.
So I'm gonna burn 2 stress again to corrode that one. And then my regular damage for that's gonna be 2d6 plus 4. So I get 12 plus 4, 16 plus the roll, which is 2 5s. 24 damage and corroded by 1.
How much damage, sorry?
26. I'm sorry, 26 damage.
26 damage. That is severe damage. Nice hit.
It can't mark stress then,
Correct.
so it does not have to do that.
That was with hope. Yeah.
With crit.
Yes, of course, a crit. So Spotlight's still on the party.
Belu's kind of going to be a bit staggered by the pummeling he just took. I think he'll almost reluctantly just kind of ball his hand into a fist and then open it up, and it's more of a gold kind of glow at this point. He'll touch his own chest and he will do sparing touch on himself to clear 2 hit points.
Okay.
It's just a once per long rest ability.
Sure. It'll take a second to physician heal thyself. Put your own mask on first and all that.
Wash the hands, you know.
Okay. Spotlight is still on the party, but I'm gonna take a moment here. Glem and Belby, watching what's happening, both jump down from the battlements down onto the ground outside and start to make their way out along the way. Morella, I want to take a moment to come back to you. How are you feeling in that bath in the center of the colony right now?
A little confused, a little, it's a new area, sort of.
As you sit in the tub, communing with the colony, communing with mycelium, I can't remember if this is something I've asked before. Do you tend to have your eyes closed when you do this?
I mean, I think a lot of times when she's like using the fungal network, she'll be kind of multitasking.
Mhm.
So not necessarily, but if she's kind of by herself, like, like at Bloom Keep and so sure, like.
Sure. It is while you're in the midst of connecting, functioning, working, assessing this connection of what you can do on the battlefield to help, you hear the tip, tip, tip of somebody walking with heels or boots on the surface of the ground behind you. And a moment later, you feel 2 relatively small hands, but strong, rest on your shoulder. And you feel somebody with a thick bush of hair pressing against the side of your head for a second as somebody whispers into your ear, "Isn't it just so relaxing?" And with that, the hands leave you, the presence leaves you, and you hear the sound of the person, the woman, walking around the bath until she is standing opposite you, looking at you from the other side. Standing opposite you in this chamber, I don't think you could really make a mistake for who else it is, given the circumstances, is Karia Green.
I thought I was the safe one here.
Did you?
So Karia Green is in front of me.
Standing on the
Can I-
opposite side of the pool. She's dressed in this kind of flowing white, like almost toga-esque thing. Long blonde hair. Can you what? Sorry.
Can I attack her?
How
I
do
don't
you
know
do it?
how I'm set up here. I was gonna just spend a hope and have Midnight Spirit appear behind her and do
You
what
can
that
try.
thing do with his violent stab. I can try. Oh, gosh. Okay. Spending a hope. That is a spell cast roll. Not a great one, but it's with hope.
Would extra... Oh, do you have to be in... We have to be in line of sight for that.
It was
Where's
a
the range?
13.
With hope.
Yeah, with hope.
You summon your midnight spirit behind Karia, trying to almost, mirror the way she had snuck up on you, without making a motion, without drawing attention to what you're doing. You work the magic from inside the tub, and it feels almost easier than normal, almost as if the colony is helping you do it. The creature of dark, inky night sky stands behind Karia Green, and drawing the blade it carries, strikes, only for Kari at the last second to just casually shift her hips, the blade moving, not even cutting her toga. She waves a hand and the creature disappears. She laughs. Oh, I like you. We're going to be such good friends, dear. You know, you look quite enthralling laying in that tub like that. Perhaps I should join you. And she kicks off one of her shoes and lifts her leg up, lowering it down into the tub opposite you. And as she does so, the tendrils in the tub around you shake and vibrate, and you can feel their very real, very palpable fear and revulsion at the presence of this woman. But more importantly, you can feel her mind reaching out into the tendrils, trying to assert control over what you're controlling. Would you make me a spellcast roll, please?
Yeah. Spellcast roll. Oh gosh, I'm rolling horribly. That's an 8 with hope.
You feel yourself losing ground rapidly as this titan of magic brings her mind to bear against you. You have connected to many living creatures over the years, not just fungal even. There are ways for you to, tap into others. And of course, you've been in places where your powers, your abilities have had to go toe-to-toe with somebody else's. It's not an uncommon thing for magic to contest other magic. And you have never felt a power that is just so absolute, almost like a force of nature pushing against you. But, Morella, you stand in the one place in all of Vesir where you at least have a chance of standing against somebody as powerful as this. Morella's natural abilities with her mycelial connections, while not strengthened by knowledge from the Mechamycelium, is still not insubstantial. And while the initial blow from Karya Green is substantial, you're not rocked with fear or despair. You're surprised to find that, as powerful as she is, you think you might have a chance. And with that, right there, I think we will pause for a moment, and take our break. So, guys at home, I hope you're enjoying our first entry into this pretty large fight that's going to be going for a bit. I hope we'll see you again in 15 when we get back to it, and come back and help us tell the story. And welcome back to the Veil of Vesir. We are Mimic Decision, and we're glad to have you back on this end of the break. We had just held up our fight with the enormous Root Lion to give Morella a moment to come to terms with the fact that Karya Green, the mastermind behind the various animal attacks across Vesir over the past several weeks, is currently getting into the bathtub across from her. Her psychic connection battling Morella's own connection to the colony of Tibir below. Yeah.
A very non-Marla question first.
Okay.
Why is it called a bathtub and not like a pool?
Yeah, I don't have a good name for it. It's not a bathtub. It's a tub, certainly. I'm using bathtub facetiously. It's, I'm going to offer this up. I don't know. Aubrey, would you like to name what this is, or do you think we should ask chat to do it? Because I don't have an answer.
Chat could name it, I suppose.
If they're interested. No pressure. Chat, what do we call this tub? Or the mushroom psychics going through their thing. Oh, it's a Chat had asked for an explanation. The tub is a kind of an aid for fungal to connect with the mycelium around them. So it's a tub full of warm water with tendrils of the colony all kind of coming together into it, where the fungal is able to sit there and kind of suspend themselves and relax and focus more on the connection. The algae-filled reflecting pool. I don't want to figure out who Erlian paid to fill that one up. Let's put this one on the back burner. The chat has suggested meditation pools, which is certainly not incorrect, and we can potentially use that. I like that. But we'll come back to it. But for the moment, in this meditation pool, Morella, what do you do?
He joined me in the pool, I guess. Oh, goodness.
She smiles slightly as she sinks down into the water across from you.
I already tried attacking her, and it did not seem to take. And I don't want her in here. Particularly. But you know what? Since she's in here, what's that, Tom?
I was just going to ask if you're allowed to use the colony against her.
Yeah, there's a thought. If I could.
Mm-hmm.
That is an interesting thought. I was thinking of doing something else. I think I will try that though, actually.
How would you
chat.
attempt to use the colony against him?
Okay, so directly attacking takes the most amount of Ness. I think I would try that. If I could directly attack her with the colony.
Roll me a spellcast roll.
Oh, man. Okay. Goodness, that's bad. That's a 8 with fear. Swap out my dice, man.
This was a contested roll to give context, and I rolled a 20.
Oh wait, hang on. Yes, there have been no consequences of this roll yet.
That's correct.
Correct.
We are not all dead yet.
Once pressed, after an ally attempts an action roll, but before the consequences take place, I can offer assistance or words of support, although
you're not there.
Maybe a bit of a stretch on distance, so yeah. Wouldn't really know this is going on either.
I just think of this conversation we had earlier that day.
If you guys are willing to play out this conversation for me right here and now, I'll allow it.
Conversation that we had earlier today?
Yeah, well, the conversation you had earlier today that is somehow going to buoy Morella's spirit and confidence in this fight against Karia Green. What was it?
Morella, I know you are in fact quite sneaky. I do want to offer you a bit of encouragement if you need it along the way. You are quite good. I do not expect you to need any assistance from me. But know that I will have your back for as long as we know each other. Go knowing that I believe in you.
I really appreciate that, but I was just asking if you had any snacks.
Oh, no, I usually get them from Toman. He has usually got some sort of ingredients that I can nibble on from time to time.
Well, I'll go ask him.
Yes.
But thank you,
You are quite welcome.
really. I will pat his arm.
Chat. I
They
need your
love
help.
that, okay?
Did that work? Just a yes or no? Was that sufficient?
Yeah. Yes. I've been called
chat.
chat already once. I've been called chat already once today.
I love her so much. With the immediate response.
I feel like there might be some bias if it had been somebody else needing the
No.
No,
That was
yeah,
just
no.
two buds having an earnest conversation on the road. Just a little bit of a flashback to what they said off camera.
Chat seems to be convinced. I don't really care what the rest of the party thinks, but chat holds sway. So, what is the benefit that she gets out of this?
She gets to reroll.
Okay.
oh, a real advantage.
Oh, wow. I thought it was just going to be like swap the
I thought it was going to be like a
hope
plus
and
2.
the fear.
No.
Well,
Get to
Morella,
reroll?
go ahead.
Also
my
take this
gosh.
paradise with you.
Out of my pocket.
Like, I think I can tell she's
Um,
thinking about that conversation we had earlier.
Yeah.
Feel all warm and fuzzy all of a sudden.
Okay. 9 hope, 7 fear, plus 3.
Hmm.
19.
Made it closer. We made it closer.
You
18
push
was-
hard against Karya's mental power. It feels alien. Connecting with the non-fungal, it always does. It always feels weird. You've never done enough to really get used to it. Nobody does. It's difficult. It's rare. But this woman, she just seemingly with almost no effort, just kind of shrugs off your attempts at pushing her, at controlling the colony. In the colony, one of the tendrils rises up, and you see it glowing, trying to garner its power, the strength that you've directed the colony to bring to bear, and it fires a blast of magical energy, this kind of crystalline, bright yellow blast out of the end of the tendril and just passes through Karya Green. She seems to phase out of existence as it passes through her. You can see her turn almost transparent as the projectile travels through her body, passes through her far shoulder, and slams into the side of the wall with smoke and debris scatter around. Shrapnel pings both of you. You can see her not really reacting to it, but you feel the sting, and a bit of blood trickles down your cheek where the shrapnel hit you in the face. That roll was with hope, correct?
Yes. Eventually.
Well,
Question, what is their blood like?
Karius?
No.
Oh, fungal blood.
Yes.
Corbin, stop it. Stop it.
On tonight's lesson of Anatomy of Vesir.
We'll come back
Yeah,
to
we
that.
get deep into that.
We'll come back to it. Unless, Morella, you have a particular thought on what color your blood might be.
Yeah, it's like it's very similar to her skin. Her flesh color.
Kind of a
But like a
purplish?
purpley. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Well, nonetheless, let's leave you with that failed attack, and you in this, meditation pool with Karya Green. Party, back to you. Spotlight on you guys. The root line's still there. What are you doing?
It's becoming clear to Tim that at some point somebody's going to have to deal with the other side of the creature, and my options for shooting at the back are going to get pretty limited, so I'm going to start making my way actually north to get over that wall. Like,
Sure.
I'm not going to go the whole way this turn. I'm just going to move like the normal close range and then fire at that same front left vine.
Sure. Am starts transitioning from one side of the battlefield to the other, taking a shot on the way.
It's a very bad roll. 8, 11 with hope, but 11.
Not a hit. Not with fear, but not a hit. The shot goes not wide. It's just it doesn't hit dead on enough, and the root lion's thick fur and hide just kind of deflected the arrow. Spotlight's still on the party.
Are the villagers? I don't think they've attacked since they. I mean,
They kind of attack when you guys attack, so that's
Lauren did, but
But as far as convincing them,
mhm.
no, not yet.
Okay.
You're fighting against a colony mind here.
Well, Belu not being damaged and frustrated. Okay, I don't know how this works, but we'll figure it out. I think he's going to step up. Oh, I'm trying to track of yes. He's going to try and step up and like use his hands to pull the vines off of the root lion's head where it's well, basically where it's there. He's going to try and remove the vines.
Armstrong
Okay.
rage mode.
He's damaged a few times at this point.
Okay.
Hopefully weakened vines.
Make an attack roll.
Okay. I don't know what this is with hand. Like, is this
I would say strength.
just kind of a strength roll?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is going to be 1720 with fear.
That is a success with fear. So
The worst kind of success.
you go clawing at the vines wrapping around the creature's head, some of them seeming particularly painful, digging into the creature's face near some of its multiple eyes, and you just fuck it, fuck strategy, fuck thoughtfulness. You just grab the vines and start ripping them off this head as you grab on, and you try to pull the things that are hurting and corrupting this creature away from it, and you do manage to start to succeed. You start pulling some out. I'm going to give you 2 points of damage against the vines as you go.
Okay. That's fair.
Major damage.
Indeed, yes.
Oh, wait. Oh,
Yeah.
even better then. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, that was major damage.
I was thinking just 2 damage. It's like, yeah, that's fine.
And
This is way better.
the creature roars out in a mix of pain and anger, but also confusion, which is not a sound you had heard before. But as it shakes its head, it just sends you flying off as it just kind of tries to clear itself. And I'd like you to give me a strength reaction roll, unless you can give me an argument for another stat.
Oh, I quite think this is a good one. No. This. Thank you. Say nothing. Okay, it's awful though. It's going to be 10 with fear.
There was
reaction.
already a fear effect coming into play that I hadn't had a chance to deal with yet, but we'll get there. Baylor, as you are flung from the root lion's head, you are sent out of the protection of the rocky outcrops, and you find yourself outside of the area, in line of sight with Belby, in fact, who is still making his way over
Downtown.
to the root line. But I'm moving on the opposite side. Kirsten and Erlian both kind of getting into places where they can begin to make attacks as well. But as that was with fear, the leg previously stunned by Morella in the colony shakes itself back to life, the vines pumping their acidic poison again through the creature. And the root lion gets ready to attack. First up, Tormund.
Hits.
It sure does.
With 8 evasion, like it's you're gonna have to
That
try
is a 10. That's 10 points of damage. I need another strength saving throw for you as the back leg poison comes into play again. This time the tail goes swinging at Glem and hits him as well.
It was
Glem's
strength,
takes-
right? No poison.
Correct, yeah. Glem takes 9 points
20.
of damage and is flung into the wall nearby. 20, you're good, okay. Belby is going to catch a swing from one of the north side legs. That's a miss. Belby manages to get his shield up and block that attack. He's sent back stumbling, scrabbling on the ground. He lands with his sword hand on the ground where he's scraped up, but he gets back up and standing ready to fight. 2 more attacks left, one from the head as normal and one from the head because there's nobody to be hit by one of the legs. So that's 2 attacks coming in. The first is going to be at one of the colonists here. That's a miss. The colonists as a whole come together, shields and spears moving like a kind of like a Roman testudo almost, creating walls and flanking each other, always blocking and guarding. And when one slips, another is already stepping in. The benefit of the colony mind, of this hive connection between all the fungal, becoming very apparent here. Another attack at the colonists. This one is not so easily defended. And while the colonists come together, jabbing their spears up into the creature's mouth and into the vines, and some of them are definitely aiming for the vines, you can see, but not all of them. But they do attempt to just slam their spears and their halberds up into this mouth as it comes down, but the creature just ignores it, pushing through gashes being cut in the roof of the thing's mouth, and it eats one of the colonists directly off the ground, tearing the fungal apart and shaking its head, sending bits flying all over. Spotlight back to the party.
Did it eat one of the ones that tried to stab it in the itself?
No.
That's not good. Well, I'm going to continue my mad dash to the north. I'm not going to go over the wall yet. I'm just going to make it on top, so I still have a shot.
Sure. As you do so, the archers in the walls fire another wave of shots. Again, a lot of them are trying to hit vines. More arrows hit vines than before. And in fact, the arrows across the body of the creature add up to 6 points of damage.
Like 6 real points or 6 damage on the net?
Yeah, 6 actual
6 real
points of
points,
damage. Mm-hmm. Spread
Which
out
is
across the legs. Okay. Tim,
and I'll
you're
take my
spotlight.
shot at the I'll take my shot at the front left leg vine again.
Okay.
Is that starting to look kind of rough, or no?
Yeah. Yes, it definitely.
I think I've hit it pretty good. So
Yeah.
all right,
Mhm.
all right, attack it. 15, 18 again with hope.
18 with hope, that hits.
All right, I'm gonna start holding on to stress because I'm starting to get tight. So normal attack. Is 8, 14 damage.
14, good hit. That is major damage, which does put that leg down as well.
Oh,
Two,
thank God.
two of the 4 legs are currently incapacitated. That rolls with hope, you said?
Was, yes.
Great. Spotlight's still to the party.
So let me recap. The 2 front legs are damaged,
Correct.
are gone. The
Damaged.
vines.
2 front are gone.
I thought the 2 front leg vines were gone.
Damaged. As you watch, it begins to repair itself. Hurry up.
Okay. And the head is Belu's
Largely
doing...
unharmed. Belu's done some stuff to him, but the head is looking pretty solid. Like, the vines have been picked at, but they are still as strong as anything else on this body.
I am going to fly up and fly to cut at the ones at the head. And I want to yell at it. I don't know if it's if you want me to do that first or attack first. I'll attack first.
I don't want you to do anything. I want you to tell me what you want to do.
Okay. So, okay.
What
One,
to
two.
die, Mr. Bond?
A crit on the attack, 2 10s.
Okay. Don't forget to take your hope and clear your stress.
I don't burn much stress.
Then don't clear your stress. That's all there is to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just kind of looking if there was a way for me to do anything with stress, and looks like right now not really yet. I am right. All the die are doubled, right?
Sorry, for a crit?
Yeah.
No. You get the base value of 1 full die plus the die roll.
And for all the riders on the attack.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
For dice, yeah.
So what do you roll 3d8 there?
It's 3d8 plus a d6. Is when I use all my riders.
Oh well. So it's starting with 30. That's a big hit.
Plus 7 from my weapon. That is 55.
That is, in fact, brutal damage. Very nice hit. The leg, and more importantly, the vines on it, are looking pretty...
Oh, it was the head, right?
Yeah, it was the head.
The head's looking okay.
And I'm going to yell at it and be like, "We're trying to help you. Stop attacking the ones that help you." Just whatever convincing powers I can put into this thing.
Yeah. Spotlight's still on the party.
I guess.
All right. Belu's
Oh, I'm-
going to run up. Do I guess it's back leg here?
Okay.
And I've been trying to think of how I would try to, like, surgically attack a vine on something with a sledgehammer without also, like, attacking the thing it's attached to.
It's a pretty big vine, to be fair.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, you could definitely hit it, like, from the side and, minimize the damage to the underlying creature, at least.
We're gonna give that one shot. See what happens.
Okay.
So, Belu's gonna come in with his hammer off his back, and as he's coming down, it's kind of gonna have almost like just a weird look about it as it comes down.
Oh, yeah? What kind of weird look?
So, you know how, like, back in the day when you had a mouse and you'd move the mouse really quickly, you could kind of see the little trail. Microsoft actually had a setting you could kind of see the mouse trail.
Kind of like when the
Hammer
Flash
kinda-
runs somewhere?
A little bit, but more like almost like more like less smooth, more tick 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 kind of thing, you know.
Like the Bionic Man.
Like you, maybe, yeah. Anyway, it's gonna have like a bit of a grayish sort of look to it as it comes.
Okay.
As it kind of swings up
Hammer blurring
across the
in
leg,
the air.
trying to blow it. Yeah. And he's going to roll. Do it. No. Okay. Well, yes. 22 with fear.
Here. The first thing that happens as you roll in is you notice the creature seeming to kind of shake and convulse more, and the vines wrapping around the other parts of the creature seem to pulse and expand. And as you watch, they are spreading out, spidering, veining across this thing, expanding its coverage on the places where it's landed and making up for some of the damage you've done. The two downed legs heal, and the creature stands back up on all four legs again, although not as steadily, certainly, as it was before. But your attack was a hit. Roll damage.
Okay. That is going to be 17 plus 6 is 23 damage.
23 damage. That is severe, I do believe. Nice hit. And that was the back leg.
Vine.
Right.
Yes. And maybe some of the leg. I mean, it is a hammer, but you know.
Yeah, sure. No, nice hit. Yeah, the lines on this leg are looking pretty ragged too. Really, the tail and the head are where the primary amount of vines are still hanging on. You guys have done a pretty good job of breaking things down across the board. Let's take a moment stepping away from this. Morella, back to you. Karya Green is seemingly taking her time. Her one foot is splashing in the water. Her other is tracing patterns on top of it. While she just kind of hums to herself the whole time. You feel her mental presence forcing its way through the colony's mind and shoving you aside left and right as it tries to push you out. Roll a reaction roll with your spellcast ability.
Reaction roll, so that fear doesn't matter. 21.
Very nice. Morella, you cool as a cucumber somehow, and even in this moment, you are able to focus yourself, center yourself, and bring your powers, your natural talents to bear against this woman and her just titanic force. And as you do so, she just looks up at you and very suddenly sniffs and, what do you think you're going to gain by fighting me, dear? All you're doing is prolonging your misery. I could free you from this dreary prison. I could save you if you'd let me.
So she doesn't reply verbally. Just she's not much of an attacker type person, really. Like she's not particularly great at that. Usually. She's more like a try not to be seen until you want to be seen, and then you make the most of that attention while others do their shenanigans that you're like covering for kind of person. And in this instance, she doesn't really want to be seen, but she has been, so it is what it is, and we're going to lean into that. And you know, we're in a tub, a pool. We've got mycelial mood lighting already, so we're going to try to enrapture Karya, so to try to like pull her attention away from the colony and force it instead. And I'd like to use my experience. My lock and key experience, kind of getting in places I'm not supposed to, as sort of a like breaking into her attention and like, yeah.
Okay. You know, I feel like I don't say no very often on these things, but I like it. I think that works. Experience, good. Make your roll.
Oh gosh, please don't fail. Okay. That is 13 plus 3, so that is a 16 with fear.
You enrapture your ability. It feels different when you try to use it on somebody whose mind you're connected to. There's almost like a feedback to it that makes it almost painful. Not actually painful. You're not taking damage, but it's a little unsettling. It's a little off-putting. It's kind of like nails on a chalkboard, but just inside your head. But you move past that and you focus your not inconsiderable powers on Karia, and her eyes meet yours, and for a moment you think you've landed. You think you've sunk her into your trap. You think her eyes locked on yours are just completely enraptured. But a moment passes, and two, and she gives you a smirk, then the giggle, and shakes her head. That was an excellent try. You know, I was going to kill you. But I think we could make something beautiful together. And she swims across the pool until she's standing directly over Morella. And she reaches her right hand out towards you, and you see magic growing in the hand, a glow turning her palm this fresh grass green, almost the same shade as her eyes, as she just looks down at you smiling, and she just says, "But no, not yet." And with a flash, you feel yourself pushed. It's almost not painful. It's almost like this numb sensation, but just distantly you're aware of the feeling of your body crashing into the wall behind the tub, being pushed further out of the room through the door and outside of the chamber as the door slams shut behind you. You find yourself crumpled on the ground, getting back up, damp, but alive. Take 2 points. Mark 2 HP, please. You still have a slight connection to the colony. You're surprised to find deeper than you expected to be after being pushed out of the tub. You have a choice right now. You can, well, I guess you have several choices right now, but one of the options available to you is continuing to use the colony, but it will be slightly more difficult than it was before. You can feel it there, waiting for you. That connection that you've made with Bloomkeep, with Tavir below, it's kind of been growing. But what you do exactly with all that, well, I'll let you figure it out, because I'm going to go back to the main battle for the moment, because we still had some fear rolls to resolve over here, as our freshly standing on all four legs creature gets ready to make some more attacks. Tormund, given the positioning, I think 3 of them are coming your way.
Oh joy. Belu!
That's a miss. 2 hits. That is 9 points of damage. And 9 points of damage. Excuse me.
I have not been marking my damage on stream, but
In addition, an attack is coming for Belu. That's a miss. Attack is coming for Glenn. That's a hit. And one attack wasn't able to be made, so the head gets an extra attack. This one's not coming for Torment, though. The head shoots out jaws, clapping down where one of the Fungirl was standing. The Fungirl, the group around him manages to grab him and as one pull him out of the way, again working in that kind of perfectly in sync movements that make them seem so much more efficient and more trained than they actually are. So he manages to get out of the way of that. All right, I need to roll Glenn's damage. And Glenn takes also 9 points of damage back there. Spotlight back to the party.
Having been summoned,
Go ahead.
is there a way that I can get? You said that this is not ceiling height. These the opening here is not necessarily ceiling height, and we can pass it as difficult terrain.
Correct. It is.
So-
There are, in fact, as you look, clever handholds made of mushrooms and fungus growing on these rocks. Like it's almost like a natural ladder setup.
Okay, Belu's gonna move in that direction so that he is next to Tormund.
That
That was
is
not
the
healed.
one. No, you can do that.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Yes, you can
Go
do that. As long as you
Oh.
go over the rocks, you're fine.
Yeah,
Storm is a bit in the air, by the way, but yeah, kind of
Yeah.
over the head.
even better. So he is not healed Tormund yet. So he would like to attempt a healing hands on Tormund here.
Sure.
This is a spellcast roll. I need 13. Oh, I did not get 13. On a failure, mark a stress. Which I'm marking, and then you can clear 1 hit point,
Thank you.
Tormund. Yeah, just kind of running up, getting his hands together, and almost a glancing blow as he kind of almost trips past. Like he's on the rocks, just kind of like, oh my god, it's not steady, so he's not able to focus as well as he wants to. So he's just kind of reaching out, and he kind of gets a bit of a heal on Tormund, but not the full like
Man.
oomph of a.
The enemies, Belu heals like nobody's business, but when it comes to healing allies, it's like
Yeah.
his
Right.
precision goes away.
Well, look, a certain affinity for the root lion.
He's not board certified in flying turtles, but
It's true.
It's fair.
Root lions, you know them.
Yeah, little did you know that Belu's been a veterinarian the whole time. That's why you
That's
see
what-
on the root lion so well.
this is what the wood carving is actually going to be.
Mm-hmm. Could be now. Well, that's Belu's turn. He'll kind of end it up on the up on the rocks there.
I saw it stand up. Can I tell from where I am that like the vines I had previously shot on its legs are kind of coming back?
Yeah, you can absolutely tell that the vines are rapidly regrowing, trying to, keep the creature working, functioning up to a certain extent. They're not like
Okay.
coming back. They're not like continuing to heal after they've already kind of reasserted control and movement. But they do seem to have that ability.
I'm gonna. I'm rolling great. 21 with hope.
Yeah, it's a great hit.
Doing so great on the damage tonight.
Which one are you shooting at this point?
The front left leg vine.
Front
the
left,
the
okay.
front leg closer to me. Yeah.
Yep, understood.
So it's 9 plus 15 damage. 1
Some
5.
damage. That is major damage. 2 points. Good job. And that was with fear or hope. I'm sorry.
It was with hope. I have not rolled with fear all night.
Okay. Then spotlight's still to the party.
Yeah.
Although I will hold here. Morella, let's give you a moment if you would like to. What are you going to do?
I guess so. My options were to keep using the colony to try to fight her in the closed room, or to keep trying
You
to
can
help
keep-
them.
Your choice. So I was just telling you that you do technically still have the option. It's just going to be more straining to do so without the aid of the pool. You could, whether you want to do that to fight the lion, Karya, or something else, up to you. You also obviously have your own abilities to make yourself if you wish.
I do. But I don't want to particularly like disconnect from the colony and be like, no, lady, you can have it. Like, no, I'd just like to make it a little difficult for her too, I guess.
Okay.
But I would like to try to send a message to the cap dude, I guess.
Sure, that's free. What do you want us to tell him?
That an evil druid has this colony. Like that lady I mentioned before, you know.
Fair.
So yeah, being like slammed into the wall or whatever, and then locked out of the room, and picking myself up from hit point smart. She would be like, yeah. I'm sorry, the druid is here in, what did we call that? Were we calling it a my tub? What were we saying? Our reflection pool. She's in
We'll
your
use
reflection
meditation.
pool.
We'll use the meditation pool for now, and we'll think about it. You get back just the most perplexed feeling in response for a moment, followed by, "Well, get her the hell out then." I don't have a better answer for you. I'm sorry. Do you need my help?
For an answer. No, it's fine. Just keep doing you.
Well, he gets back to trying to cast fireballs at the root line. He hasn't hit one yet.
Can I open the door?
Yeah.
Or is it like actually locked, right?
No, you can open it.
Oh, cool.
She slammed it shut, but it wasn't locked.
Ah, she forgot to lock it. Amateur. And then I would like to try to go invisible. Because
Okay.
why not?
Sure, make your roll.
Okay. Spellcast roll of 10. Nope, that's a 9 with fear.
Oh.
Excellent.
You step into the room confidently, calling upon your power to blink back out of existence to give yourself an edge against Karya. But as you step in, you are overwhelmed by the aura of this place. Karya, having very rudely escorted you out of the room, has apparently gotten down to whatever it is she intended to do. She is standing in the middle of the tub now, casting some work of magic. Green and black lights swirl around her, casting light and shadow in equal measures around her in this difficult to follow kind of orb of magical power that is growing out from her, filling the tub. The tendrils that were in the tub have retreated back out and away, trying to create distance between the colony and its nerve endings and this power that Karya is bringing to bear. And stepping into it, that power tearing through the air, that it starts to create a palpable breeze here in this enclosed chamber, distracts you, and your invisibility fizzles. And Karya's eyes look to you through her workings, and she doesn't stop speaking, and she doesn't stop moving her hands. Her casting continues. The ball of energy grows wider, and she just looks at you and smiles. And then her eyes shift off of you, dismissing you. Back to the floor. The root line is there. The spotlight is on the party. What are you doing?
Is the vine still on the head?
Yes. Turret, but it's still there.
Belu is going to. Time for that. Got some hope. Belu is going to try and hit the vine that's on the. No, he's not. He's going to go ahead and spend 3 hope to heal a hit. Oh, it's a hit point on an ally. It's the root lion is not. So yeah, I guess we're out of things we can
The root lion.
heal him with.
Yeah.
So I don't have any abilities to heal the root lion anymore. So we're going to swing the hammer at the vine, very specifically.
Okay.
And hope for the best.
What else can you do?
Huh?
What else can you do?
I don't know. All right, that's going to be better. That's going to be better. I think that's going to be good. I think that's going to be a 19. So, Belu, on this sort of unsteady rock, is going to. He's healed.
Swinging at the head.
I'm swinging at the vine that is on
the
the head. So he's going to come in more of an overhead swing, trying to sort of glance, not on the head itself, but
And maybe it's that attempt to pull back. Maybe it's that attempt to be careful. Maybe it's that precision that just makes the swing a little too difficult for you.
okay.
Because
Is it difficult than a 19?
with all 4 legs and tail fully functioning, the root lion is surprisingly dexterous, and his head
Okay.
just kind of moves and tilts, just barely shifting out of the way. You're turning your lancing blow into a near miss.
Ooh, 19 doesn't hit. I don't know what does. That's a tough one. Okay. In that case, we're going to not know what to do. And just kind of say, Tom and I am out of ideas at this point. Can you think of something?
Stick with the plan. Aurelian, work with us here. Aurelian.
He grumbles, but very well. Casts another firebolt, this one pushing past the head, aiming at one of the remaining legs. This one does hit. The back right leg takes the firebolt for 21 points of damage and dropping that leg to 0 for a bit. The vines, again, largely burned away. You can already see them trying to knit to regrow, but for the moment, the back right leg is out of the fight. The head seems a little slower in response as well.
And then I'm going to attack the vine on the head. Uh, 16, so I'm going to use a prayer die.
Okay. You get to
20. Just going to use the good die.
the
Does
halberd
that hit?
comes in glowing with the power of prayer, but the root lion's head is still just a little too dexterous. Dashing out of the way again, your blade cuts through air, maybe slightly cutting the side of one of the vines. But
Yikes.
that was with hope, did you say?
Yeah, with hope.
Spotlight's still to the party.
I'll take an attack, and I should have been doing this the whole time because we are considering these different enemies. But I'm gonna, if I hit, I'm gonna burn 3 hope to use the same attack roll on other vines. I'm an idiot. Main one's gonna go with the front left leg though.
Sometimes when a root line's in your face, you don't make the best decisions. Said
Yeah,
front left?
Yeah, exactly.
I did enjoy how
front
you
left, front
said
left is the basic.
you
yeah.
said I'm an idiot, and both Tim and Matt just started nodding along.
Yep.
Like,
I should have been doing this the whole time. I could have done this like 3 times by now.
It was just like, okay.
I know. So yeah, front left will be the main attack, and then I'll shoot at other things if I hit.
Called Yes and Tom. I was just
I see.
I
preempting. Yes.
I very much doubt I hit. It's Christ. It's a 12 with fear.
That does
I
not
can
hit.
give you. I can add 4 to that.
If the 20 didn't hit, so
It didn't
Not
hit the
shooting at
head,
the
but
head.
he's going at the leg.
I have hit the legs on 16 previously.
So tell you what, why don't you take 4?
Adding 4 to that 12 does turn a miss into a hit.
Okay, so I'm gonna burn 3 hope to also target the left or front right leg and the back left leg.
Perfect. Yes.
And you know what? We'll burn a fear to up the proficiency by 1. Or stress, I mean, sorry.
Okay. That makes sense. I figured you'd be burning that stress once you got this move into play.
Did I burn
How much?
enough stress? What? Sorry?
No, you're good. How much damage?
I'll have... Oh, I still gotta roll.
Yeah.
Oh, that's better. 14, 18, 24 damage to all the legs
24
that are not
damage.
down.
That is severe damage. That downs 1, 2, nearly 3 legs down with that attack. The only things moving right now are the tail, the head, and 1 leg.
One leg that's up is the back leg? Back leg?
Yes, correct. The back leg is still active, just kind of holding up the bulk of the creature as well as it can. That roll was with fear, however, and it is my turn. There are no legs. There's a tail. There's 1 leg and a tail. The tail is taking a swing at Glenn. That's a hit. And Glenn goes down.
Glenn?
Meanwhile, let's see. 1 attack at Tormund, 1 attack at Bela. Both with the head. Tormund, that's a 9.
damn it!
Belu, that's a 9.
Yeah, it hits.
Our evasion is so bad.
Tormund, 10 points of damage.
Minor damage.
Belu, also 10.
Major
I
damage,
rolled both of those the same number, but with different combinations.
Yeah.
Okay, that was 2 attacks from the head, 3 legs down, tail hit. Perfect. Okay, that is everything there. In addition, I'm going to spend a fear. I need everybody to roll an instinct reaction roll.
Instinct react.
Not Morella. Everybody but Morella.
Oh, dang it. I thought that was it's a 6 and a 9. That's less good.
That's the worst.
It's 15.
Instinct, 16 total.
20.
Everybody passes. No negative consequences on that one. Well done. You guys are rolling like champs tonight, and I think that is helping. Speaking of champs, let's take a moment to move away from our front line and see what's happening with our mycelial prodigy. Morella, what's up?
What is up is that she does not feel particularly confident right now. And in fact, like, the creepiness of this area is just, setting off those, like, that anxiety she gets, and she's really gotta feel through the network to kind of ground herself here. And debating if I should attack or try to enrapture again, because I don't know, pulling the attention away from what she's doing feels important, and I don't know if attacking her would necessarily do that.
The green sphere
think
continues to spread out from her, taking up even more space. Please continue.
I am going to try to send spores out through whatever this lady's got going on to try to enrapture her.
Okay, make the roll.
That is a crit. That is 2 and 2.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so Morella digging down deep, maybe a bit of fear even pushing her forward now at this point, or maybe just the pain from her bruises keeping her more focused. This time, she's not going to be ignored by Kara. This time, she is not going to be dismissed. And as she makes her powers work, as the spores leave her, they are joined by other spores from the colony around her, around you, strengthening this magic. And you see it float just gently past this wall of destructive energy. You can see on the ground the circle as it expands is charring and cutting through the ground, leaving patches of floor burned and blackened where it was too high for the sphere to pass comfortably, and your spores just pass ever so gently through that wall, seemingly completely unperturbed by the spinning wind in the room that is picking up power, but it's blowing Morella's hair around, that is pushing her back a half step. The spore just continues its slow motion towards Karia, and eventually it reaches her and just poof, taps her on the nose. She sniffs, distracted by something, and her hands start to slow. The magic halts. The green and black dome shrinks back in, disappearing within Karia Green. And Karia Green's emerald green eyes look at Morella and can look nowhere else. She smiles again, and this time there is a wickedness to it that Morella makes a chill run down your spine. You have Karia Green's attention.
I will mark a stress to make her mark a stress.
She marks the stress. You mark a stress. And I would ask all of you to mark a stress. Or just wait until next week to see what's going to happen. Thank you, guys. I think this is where we will stop. We will come back to what I believe will be the conclusion of this fight encounter and see where things are going from here. Thank you, everybody, for all of your time, attention, energy, input, and I hope we'll see you again next week to help us tell the story.